let me preface this video by saying I'm super looking forward to Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and I think it's going to be a very fun game, but we have to talk about some things. Folks, I'm not a Nintendo YouTuber, and I don't know how many times I really need to say that, but I feel like today's video is going to drive home that point, because when I say that, that doesn't mean that I don't cover Nintendo stuff. I obviously cover a lot of Nintendo stuff. I also cover Dreamcast stuff. YouTube.com/dream. No, that simply means that I'm not going to suckle on the Nintendo teat all of the time. I'm not going to agree with all of their decisions, and most Nintendo-based YouTubers do, or they'll try to justify things in fear of, you know, losing their audience, in fear of people leaving mean comments or disliking a video. If you disagree with my opinion on something, that's fine. That's not necessarily going to change my mindset on how it is. I can respect your opinion much like you can respect my opinion, but a lot of these Nintendo YouTubers are just so scared to lose their audience that they won't speak out about the big N. Now, I obviously talk about them a lot, but this new thing, I don't get it. I don't get it, and people are trying to justify it. People are trying to have this copium with it, and it makes absolutely no sense. I, of course, am talking about Super Mario Bros. Wonder. You see it in the title of this video, you see it in the thumbnail of this video, but Super Mario Bros. Wonder, we have learned, has a problem, has a key missing feature that should be in every game that comes out that is a multiplayer game. Of course, this game looks absolutely fantastic. It looks super fun. The graphical style has been reinvigorated for 2D Mario games. You now have like different characters and power-ups. You can turn Mario into an elephant. Awesome. But when you look at this game and you look at the gameplay trailers for this, you clearly see there's one distinct thing happening here. There's multiple characters on the screen. People are playing together in unison, playing their latest Nintendo Switch game. But we learned something yesterday. We learned a confirmation that there's not going to be any online multiplayer. As you can see here, a tweet went out. Adventures are more fun with friends. Team up locally and 4-player co-op to complete courses in Super Mario Bros. Wonder, arriving on Nintendo Switch on 10/20. This is Europe, so they do things backwards. But I was watching this and I was like, oh, well, why are they only talking about local multiplayer? Obviously, there's going to be online multiplayer in this, right, as well. I went over to Nintendo's website, and there wasn't. The only online stuff for Super Mario Bros. Wonder is save data in the cloud. That's it. That's it. There is no online multiplayer in this game. And people are trying to justify this with mental gymnastics. Oh my God in heaven. This is a company. You don't have to like everything that a company does just because you're a shill for them. You could be like, hey, this is kind of BS. And there's a multitude of reasons why, but we'll get into that in just a second. This is a tweet that was made by someone. I don't know this person, man, you know, but they made this tweet. The implications of a no online co-op in a Super Mario Bros. Wonder is crazy considering the 3D World port has it. Now, of course, when 3D World initially came out, it did not have online play. In the Nintendo Switch version of the re-release, it did have online play. So this would kind of be setting a bit of a standard, you would think, in this 2D Mario game, because, you know, people don't live close to each other anymore. Like, some people do, but most people don't. But let's look at some of these comments together, shall we? It was an afterthought in 3D World. I don't know many people who played 3D World that way after launch, so because this person doesn't know people, get rid of it. We don't need it. You know, give us missing features in a freaking brand new Mario game. It's fine. I think it's more fun to meet up in person. If you're a child, then sure, but adults kind of have things going on. Adults have this thing called life. And you could say, well, this is a game designed for children, but hey, you know what? Who's gonna buy this game? Is a child going to buy this game? No, because they don't have a wallet and they don't have a credit card. An adult is going to buy this game, and an adult might want to play this game while the child goes to sleep, and they want to play this game online with their friends, you know, because that's what sort of online gaming is. Something that was back on the Dreamcast, youtube.com/Dreamcast guy, back on the Dreamcast in 1999. But for some reason, Nintendo hasn't gotten the memo about online stuff. Scrolling down along, who buys a 2D Mario platformer to play it online? People, if the game is sort of based around playing with friends, You have to have the online component so that you can play with your friends. It's a basic thing here. It's a basic feature that needs to be on there. They only added it to 3D World out of obligation since it released during lockdown. What? And we're switching the camera here. You typed that. You typed 23 people liked that tweet. You typed that with confidence. You typed that with absolute confidence. Oh, we're releasing Super Mario we're releasing Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. Oh man, we're releasing it in a lockdown. We need to implement online because people can't play. They can't, you know, there's no local play because everyone's in lockdown. You really thought that was the reason why? You were so confident in saying, are you out of your damn mind? They added it because it's a basic feature, a basic necessity. I could go on and on and on and on with all of these things, with all of these crazy comments, but I'm not going to do that because, you know, it's kind of pointless. But I want to propose a question to you. I want to propose 2 questions to you as far as this is concerned. Now, first and foremost, let me say, I don't think this is going to, you know, be a bad game because of this. But the 2 questions I want to pose to you are this. Number 1, if Xbox or PlayStation released a game that has an emphasis on multiplayer and co-op without online functionality in the year of our Lord 2023, what would the reaction be online? People would be going absolutely crazy. Like, oh, this is ridiculous. You know, I wanted to play this game online with my friends. Why is Nintendo held to a different standard when it comes to stuff like that? It makes absolutely no sense to me. And number 2, and most importantly, I am paying for this service called Nintendo Switch Online. I am paying for a service to play games online, and your big holiday title, your big Nintendo Switch exclusive title that features multiple characters playing the game at once, that features local co-op, does not feature online co-op, does not feature the ability to play online with my friends when games like Super Mario Maker 2 did and Super Mario 3D World did. But it released during a pandemic. That's not the reason why. I don't understand why we're not holding Nintendo to a higher standard with this sort of stuff. And people are going to poo-poo it, pish-posh it, brush it off to like, oh, it's not that big of a deal, RGT, you're overreacting. I'm not overreacting. The reason why this game doesn't have online co-op is because that's the mantra. That's the mentality that a lot of people have. Oh, it's just an overreaction. We don't need it. No, you know what? We do need it. Okay? It's 2023. It's time to get up with the times. You're not going to give me a system with, you know, 4K, 60 frames per second. That's fine. I don't necessarily care about that. But the fact that a basic feature that is in this game featuring multiplayer, but I can't play this game online with friends is ridiculous, Nintendo. It's absolutely ridiculous. You know, and I don't think it's going to diminish the quality of the game. But if you're not going to have online multiplayer, you know what? Just make it a single player experience. Make it a game where I'm just playing as Mario in a 2D world. And, you know, there's maybe like the switch the controller like in Super Mario. I don't get it. I don't get why there's no online multiplayer in this. But, you know, I've said pretty much everything I could say about this. I'm sure people are going to get mad at me. And you know what? I don't care. I don't care. If you disagree with my opinion, that's fine. You know what? People disagree all the time in life. But these are my thoughts on this. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And if you justify it, if you're cool with it, like, that's fine. But don't try and justify it and make other people, like, question why, you know, oh, well, why are you mad about it? I'm 12 years old. My brother lives with me, and I can play with him. Your brother hates you and wants you to move out or something. I don't know. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. You can find me at youtube.com/DreamCastGuy. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.